Hi, I'm Sheridan Ware, former Chief Information and Technology Officer at Charter Hall and Chair of the Sustainable Digitalisation Project. I think the biggest obstacle to getting accurate information to the right people in a corporate real estate team is really just the pure volume of disparate systems and applications and frankly Excel spreadsheets that we have in the mix. And so what that means is we've got duplicated data, often inconsistent data, and I think that just not only creates a whole heap of frustration, time, cost in trying to get at the right version of the truth, but also creates risks within the organisation as well. I think if executives want to start to leverage AI in their business, and they might do that to improve efficiencies or to generate new insights, enhance decision making, or even to improve the experience that their customers' employees have, they're going to have to build the right data foundations, because if they don't have good data, they're not going to produce any of those outcomes. So making an investment in data sets and considering them like intellectual property and an asset is going to be what's required to exploit all of those outcomes. And that means treating data like a strategic asset, and we need to manage that asset, maintain that asset, mine that asset as we would any other assets that are tangible within the organisation. Every time we had a problem in an organisation, we sought to go and get a different product to solve it. So it's not unusual to see 100, 200, 300 different SaaS platforms popping up pretty quickly, and you imagine the process inefficiencies, data silos that creates, as well as compliance challenges and different risks. And so I think we're going to start moving with AI into a post-SaaS world that's far more data orientated. So instead of saying, here's a problem, what product do I need? We'll start to say, what's the people, process and platform components of that problem? And that process layer, that data layer, I think we're going to start to see come out of SaaS platforms and into a more unified layer where we've got clear visibility, not just of our data, but also of our processes. I think at the platform layer, we'll just end up with far less systems. The big systems we need to have, our systems of record. And at the people layer, with less SaaS platforms in the mix, we're going to be able to drive to a more unified and streamlined employee experience, which hopefully translates into a much more streamlined and engaging customer experience. So I think as we move into that post-SaaS world, in order to leverage data and AI, we're going to have greater control, we're going to have reduced costs and less risk within the average organisation.